Shogun. Shogun. Anywho, I don't know what the deal is with this amp. I love the hydro dip on it. It's really pretty. The paintwork on it's really nice. The main reason I think this guy bought it is because it's got legit Toshibas in it. The giant opening back here at the back of the cabinet means that all of this is for show. Fan's going to blow air on the top of the transistors, do dick all for cooling it. No air is going to go across the heatsink, it's all going to run out the back of the cabinet. So I seen that and I went, okay. This one's somebody's attempt to put an ICA heatsink and modified an ICA board of some kind to fit inside of a Dave-made cabinet. Well, me being me, I know some dudes and is able to procure an actual Dave-made blank. So the reason I went with a blank is because this thing is so it's just rough. Our 1,000 puff capacitors, and we got one in there upside down and one the right way out. It happens. It happens. We know. There's just a lot in here that I'd rather do differently. Like this is your input circuitry right here. This is your input circuit, and I guess that's a modulation light of some kind. That's getting deleted. See, ground. This goes to ground, and then this wire right here runs around and goes here, and it's your input network. I want to rip it all apart and I want to do it over again. So let's start here, I guess. And we'll start here. We'll start here. We'll cut that too. Oh, that's hot. The ground lead for the switch, which I'm assuming it does have a light in it. The ground lead for the switch just pulled off. It's hot. Oh, I'm at it. Cut you, and cut you. Okay, let's disassemble it. Well, if I did my job right, which I'm pretty sure I did, I should just slide right out of there. I really like the hydro dip. It's really pretty on this cabinet, but yeah, let's just start over. I think that'll be easiest on all of us. So if we just start over. Yeah, so the heatsink stock is good. It runs almost the whole width of the cabinet. It definitely runs the whole length of the board, which is just about right. Let me come in here close so you can see why we're rebuilding this. This is not bad, you guys. I have seen way worse. To be honest with you, I've seen way worse. Way worse. But this is a little rough. I don't get the double capacitance here. You got a capacitor for the tuner here, another capacitor here. This is our output tuning cap. We'll probably reuse this, maybe. We'll see, I don't know. A lot of this we're just going to take it and throw it away, to be honest with you. Pull the transistors out, maybe save the relay, save this cap. I don't know if I can really trust these metal clads anymore. They've seen better days. Let's pull the pills out, let's test them. I'm out here taking this 4-pill apart and phone starts ringing. I have my soldering iron in my hand and dental pick in the other. I look over, I'm like, nope. It's busy. and I wanted to shoot this little video segment. And I just ignored it, let it go to voicemail. Thinking I'll call him back in just a minute. Well, went to voicemail. Like 4 seconds later, here he calls me again. And I'm like, no, still busy. And let it go to voicemail. It says a HFE gain of 10. Still good, higher than 9, good to go. So I thought, nope, I'll get him when I get free here in just a minute. And so I let it go to voicemail. Now it hasn't even been 2 minutes at this point. 18. Let it go to voicemail again. So he calls back. This is his third time in a row. In less than 3 minutes, gives me another quick ring. I'm like, hands are still busy. I'm still busy. And I thought, well, I will return his call when I'm not busy. Phone rings again, third time. Let it go to voicemail. That says a gain of 18. So I'm like, okay, fourth time, phone rings in less than 4 minutes. Same phone number. The guy's just obsessively calling because he wants to talk to me about something. I understand that. Gain of 11. All right, so we got 4 good transistors. These two go together. These two go together. I let it ring and ring and ring, and I'm like, dude, this guy's going to keep calling me and keep calling me. He doesn't get it. That's a huge sign of disrespect. You know, it's like, it's hard to do the work and manage the phones and deal with all the other stuff that goes on without here. And I get it. People want to talk to me. I understand that. And I hate saying it, but I say it all day long, every day. I'm not taking on any new work right now. If you guys came over here and saw the mountain of stuff I've got to work on, I can't be telling people I'm going to take their equipment and get it repaired for them in a timely manner. It's not true. I haven't taken anything on since September or last October. Nothing. I have no room to sit it. I mean, there's not a flat surface in this place that doesn't have stuff stacked up all over it. I'm completely full. I'm like, okay, but... So I answered the phone. I said, hey, man. He's like, hey, my name isn't. I'm like, bud, I don't care. No offense. I said, but calling me multiple times in a row will never, ever, I say this on my voice message, will never, ever help me call you back any faster. And really, man, no offense. Have a nice day. And I just hung up. I'm not in the business of arguing with people. I'm in the business of trying to help people. And the phone is there as a convenience. A convenience for you, a convenience for me. And I try to give everybody a fair shake. I try to make time evenly for everybody, and it is a challenge. But every once in a while, you get the junior high prom queen drama mama that has to call you multiple times in a row like they're stalking your crazy ex-girlfriend. Hey, I know you're at Cindy's house. I know you're there. Answer the phone. Why are you hanging out with Cindy? Cindy got bigger boobies than me? I don't know. I don't know. I just, I felt bad. I'm like, well, in the same breath, I don't ever call. I call people once. I get their voicemail. Hey, man, BBI, give me a ring back when you're free. Move on. Even my close friends, if they don't answer, well, I got one buddy that I love to torment. He always has got to have the cheapest cell phone on the face of the earth. And so I kind of get a little bit of a kick out of calling him. And like last night, here, I'll give you an example. Last night, for some reason, his phone was just, it was straight to voicemail. And so I was like, okay, here's call number 1, here's call number 2, here's call number 3, here's call number 4. But I spaced him out over like 10 minutes. So I sent him a text. I said, dude, your shit is messed up today. Nope, my shit's fine. Your shit's messed up, is what I get as a response. It didn't even show that I was calling him on his end because it's going right to voicemail. I said, bro, I tried to call you multiple times. Left it there. I get his text back. I haven't missed any calls from you. What are you talking about? Screenshot, call history, circle, 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 circle. The reason I had to call him so many times is because we had set up where I was going to go and look at a lot of equipment to buy, and he was interested in it. So I call him on the phone, then we do a video chat, and he can look at everything, right? Well, I was never able to reach him while I was there. But it's okay. Zane can handle it. His shoulders are broad. He's a big boy. It'll all work out, is the moral of the story. So I did text the guy and said, hey man, it shows you called me 4 times in less than 4 minutes. I will call you back when I'm free and I'm able to talk. Have a good day. And I got to leave it there. So now we've cleaned our heatsink. This is relatively flat. I'm going to go over with the Scotch-Brite disc, and I'm going to polish this back some more because there's little ridges here, a little ridge here, another little ridge here. It's like that guy, he's got to go to voicemail. Another ridge here and another ridge here, and I want to sand this down flat, get this as close to a mirror finish as I can, and then we got to drill out for all our holes. I mean, we're so close. Look at this. Look at how close we are. But this is a legit Dave made board for that cabinet. So we've got to make this fit to that with these holes. Okay. Polished. Drilled. Happy. So, the mobile. My mobile is almost finished. I have spent entirely too much time on it, and I just reached the point last night where I was like, I gotta walk. I gotta walk. I gotta go do other stuff. It's just so busy inside that truck. There's so much stuff crammed in such a small space that it's ridiculous. But it's all in there. And I might do a follow-up video to it once I get it all completed. Probably not. The main things I wanted to give tips on, I've got them out there. How to properly bond your antenna and how to get the puck in there. And I mean, if you're going to put power wire in your shit, overkill it, don't underkill it. You know what I mean? I think I adequately conveyed that to the universe. So I don't know if I'll come back to that or not. We'll see. I'm being held up at the moment by one 6-lead phone line. This is ridiculous. For one of the remote-headed radios, and then I'm being held up by 6 pass-through network cable connectors. This whole truck has been a nightmare because everybody's out of everything. You know, we just went through this little crisis thing that we all went through here together. I feel bad even attempting. Oh no. You suck. Yeesh. Start all the way over. I feel bad because I can't even use the term. We'll call it the thing that's happened to everybody here. Everybody's on back order. I was down at the stereo place today picking up a new sub for my, or not new sub, but new amp for my sub. And they're like, yeah, man, if we order 15 of them, we're lucky if we get 4. So let's see. You're going to come out, or you're just going to strip? There it goes. Yay! Little golly. The aluminum's just a little golly. And it's times like these when I ask myself, so the reason I'm having a problem, is that because I wasn't paying attention and I'm on camera? Or is it because the hole's not drilled just perfect? Or is it because I was not paying attention and I'm talking to you guys on camera? I'll be back. I'm really grateful that I took this apart, because I was sitting here and I'm working on this and I'm looking at this other board. And if we look right here, we're going to see something. So that is the burnt shmew of a dead 10 ohm resistor. I mean, somebody let the 10 ohm smoke plumb out of this box. Now, if you can think back to when I was cleaning the heatsink off, on this pill pocket, there was a little tiny fleck of shmew, like a little flat piece of solder that was down in the thermal compound. And I almost bet money that this one box kept popping this pill. And they would change the pill out, but they weren't cleaning the pocket out. They weren't taking all the heatsink compound out of it. So I'm kind of grateful that we went ahead and we converted over to this way of thinking. I really am. So now I'm going to wrap the input transformers. I'm going to put the flybacks in it. I got to put some disc capacitors on the positive distribution network. And then I'm going to get the splitters tied in. We're going to do this Dave made style, not where it's up on the pedestals and stuff the way I like to build. We're going to do literally just lay it on the wire, lay the resistor down, lay the combiner on it. And then we'll put the splitter in it. And then we'll sit it in the box, and then we'll start getting all the other stuff like the key and hardware, and then we'll dial in the on-off switch and that kind of stuff. It's just odd to build one without bias. I'm telling you, it's every single thing that comes out. I want bias on it. Why? It makes it cleaner. No, it doesn't. Okay, I still want bias. All right. Let me get this wrapped up, get some flybacks in this, and we'll get this sucker dropped in the cabinet here. Oh, we're finally starting to make some progress here. Okay. So we stitched the side panel in just the way Dave used to do it, or Joe, or whoever built it. And then we come around to the back of the amplifier, and I noticed these. You guys know my affection for these, or lack thereof. So I went ahead and pulled them out. We're going to replace them with brand new Teflon gold pressed inserts. And then I went down to my metal shop and I took a giant sheet of phenolic and I cut a bunch of these like 2 years ago just to do Dave mades with. See the little gaps here? This is to let air out the back of the cabinet, out of the back of the cabinet. The problem is that lets air weep out of the top portion of the cabinet too. So as a solution, I cut these little strips so it can be nice and clean and match the rest of the cabinet design. So this will sit comfortably between the two side plates. It'll take up the gap over here as one of the side plates. And then we can just stitch solder this in place when we get that far. But first, we've got to replace our coax connectors. We'll slide these in here just like so. So look how it sits just perfectly between the coax connector and the board. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I know, simple stuff. I used to just cut little pieces and stuff. Now I've actually got the right thickness to just throw one piece on there. It looks a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. This has been literally a complete board off amplifier rebuild. I mean, the only thing we're reusing is the case. We're not going to even reuse the case screws. We're going to put all brand new stainless steel hardware in it. And I'll put a ground bolt coming down here, directly down the case into the board, and then we'll just bring a single piece of 8-gauge in to power this whole thing. Pretty slick. Moving right along though. Oh my God, BBI, when we left you, the amplifier wasn't even together. Now we're staring at a watt meter. What the hell's going on? Look, I got projects stacking up and I got to get moving on. So I just kind of put my head down and got this one done. No offense, you guys, but it had to happen. It's a 1,000-watt slug and peak. It's 1,000 an average. A 5-watt slug and reverse back from the Bird 10,000-watt dummy load. And I give you the Shogun. This is it's the most simplistic thing I've built, well, a while, at least the last 6 months. The only thing that has been reused in this is the front and the sides, the lid, the bottom, the back. New power wire, new ground, new board, the heatsink. Same heatsink, new input transformers, new output transformers, new power wire distribution, new combiners, new splitters, new input circuit, new power wire, cleaned up everything on the on-off switch. The Shogun. So, up here, we're going to go look at this slug here. This is a 955. It's a 5-watt inverse between the Striker and the Shogun 4-pill at 012. Let's say we can talk through it with relatively no problem. At 012. Okay. At 012. At 012. All right. So we're putting about 80 watts, 90 watts in this thing. Hello, audio. Hello. Getting a hair over 900. So this thing's alive. I mean, it's really alive. Let's go up here. We'll turn a variable bird up. So now we're going to look at that meter. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. Hello, audio. It's pulling the amps and it's making power. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This thing is great. Turned out good. Let's go on up here. There we go. Hello. 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 Input tune's good. I'm happy. Amplifier's happy. All the ships at sea are happy. And all I had to do was replace all of this stuff here. So, at the end of the day, I'm happy, customer's happy, amplifier's happy. 4 Toshibas are going to be out there in this universe working perfectly happy. Here, let me turn on the spectrum analyzer. Let's see where we sit there. Spectrally not the cleanest thing in the whole world. There's 2 little tiny harmonics on the secondary side, but they're 40 dBm down, so don't need to worry too awful bad about it. We're gonna live with it. Tis what a TI is. The Shogun. I cannot but admire the hydro dip on the cabinet. That doesn't look too bad. It was naked. Now it's got a thong bikini on with a high back on it. Just like that. Really, that's all it takes. You just put the sticker on the front. Nothing to do with all the work that went on with the inside. Okay, that's it. I'm going to call this one a wrap. This is simple, old but good. I got a Texas Star Sweet 16 I'm going to work on next, but I got to pull a MechMan alternator apart now and figure out what the hell's wrong with it. Never ends, man. It's like the song that never ends. It's the song that never ends. I got to run, gentlemen. I appreciate y'all tuning in for this quick little short rebuild video. Just banging them out quick. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done in the next 15-20 days. I got a 24 pill, a 10 pill I got to finish. Bunch of repairs. Bunches of repairs I got to get done. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you. Remember, guys, I am not currently taking on any new projects. None. I'm completely full. It kills me every single day for the last, well, 5 months. Ever since September of last year, I've had to turn everything down. Tech 9's overloaded. I mean, everybody's covered up, just completely covered up. But unfortunately, and well, fortunately, I am not taking on any work, not taking on any new projects. We'll talk about it maybe in September, but for the time being, I want to say thank you. And if you got a question about your amplifier or a question about anything I can do to help you, don't hesitate to call. Big shout out to Siglent, big shout out to Excess Power, big shout out to MechMan, big thanks to Bird and Coaxial Dynamics. I appreciate those companies' support. They've been very helpful in some of the projects I've wanted to get done and some of the technology we've helped bring to you guys. But at the end of the day, this all falls down to you guys. I want to say thanks. I mean that honestly. I probably will be starting a Patreon channel here pretty quick. So keep an eye out for that. I'll put up a link and I'll put up a post, and I want to make this my full-time gig. I really do. So we'll see what happens. On that note, gentlemen, appreciate y'all. We'll see ya. Bye.